crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are doing well. I am doing just fabulous this morning. It's Sunday morning, and today is day 21 of Dear Prompt. Prompt cards plus art play equals a journal. And let's get to it so I don't keep you too long. Oh, let's pick 7 because it's the 7th day of the week. Yesterday we picked 6 and we had a pretty good luck, so let's get that in action. Let's pick an element and a make. Here we go. All right, let's see what we've been given today. Let's zoom in. Here. Alrighty, are we ready? The color is sweater. Ooh, it's about that time of the year. Although it's gotten warmer here again, not sweater weather yet. Another month or so, I imagine. Sweater, maybe a light sweater. Ooh, our action is weave. That should be interesting. Our element is letter. And our make is a flip card. Okay. Let's see. All right. Weave. Well, I think I know what we'll do. Because I think weave is the most difficult part of this, I think that's what we're going to concentrate on first, is the weave. And I think we're going to get some of our, these are neutrals. Where's the one that's got printables in it? This has a bunch of printable cutoffs. Let's try this. Look at this yummy gooey mess. Let's see if any of these are long enough that we're going to be able to do this. Because that's going to really determine. What the heck is that? Yuck. Okay. I'm not sure any of these are going to be long enough. That we can't use. This one's long. That one will work. Some of these, well, this one's long enough. Those are short. We need some long ones. That one will be long enough. That's short. That's long enough. Those are short. Short. That would be long enough. Nope. Some of these are gonna be too short. That one's good. That's good. Those are too short. I need to, where's the thing? We're gonna put the short ones back in here, because those aren't gonna do us any good. Okay. Usually we're not doing something this big. Short, that's too short. We might have to get into a different one because these seem, that one's good, that one's not. I can already tell those aren't going to be. That one might be okay. That one's going to be okay. Too short. That one should be alright. That one. These are too short. I thought this was going to be a quick one today. It's not, is it? That's okay. I got time if you got time. Everybody in my house is still asleep, so that's alright. And they probably will be for a while yet. Today's my son's birthday, so we're going to celebrate a little bit. This one looks longer. That'll do. These are smaller. Oh, nope, not long enough. Sorry, my hair is getting everywhere this morning. That's long. Too short. That one might be alright. New. We need some longer ones. Probably would have been easier just to... That one will be good. Nope, not that one. I don't think any of these that are left are going to be long enough. Is that one long enough? That one might be. The rest of these I think are a little too small to weave. Ooh, wait, what's this one? That one will be good. Alright, let's start this and we'll see how many more we need, and maybe we'll drag it out of somewhere. Okay. See, you just never know, those little bits and pieces. What you're going to use to create something. Okay. I think we should start here, here. These are all long. That one. Nope. That one will be good. That one. What if we started by gluing these to the... Or maybe we should fasten them to the top. Let's fasten them to the top. That. 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 Here we go. We're going to need a lot more. There. And here. Let's see. Some other long ones. Let me go grab my other clips. Hold on. I promise I'll try to keep an eye on the microphone today so that I don't have the same issues I did yesterday with the microphone turning off. That was a bit of a debacle, but I got it fixed, so no biggie. No biggie. Alright, we definitely need some longer ones. Neutrals. Here. find some long ones. Ooh, that one's cool. Let's use that one. We've almost got it complete. Just need a few more long ones. That's not long enough. Ooh, that is. Let's do that one. I think we only need like one more decent size one. Goodness. Who would have thought it'd be so hard to find long ones? I guess I should have put them in by size, not by color. But who would have known? I would have never known that I was going to do this, so, you know, it is what it is. There's blues. Is there a long blue one? So we could kind of balance this back out. Maybe if we put this one down here. Put that one there. And I thought I just had another blue one. Did anybody see where it went? Yikes. Nope, that one's not long enough. I could have sworn. Oh, here it is. Oh, I don't think that's long enough. That's not long enough. Looks like I've used a lot of the long ones. Red, maybe? Let's see. If there's any long ones in the red. What's this one? There we go. Let's put that one there. Okay. That's that. Now, let's start the fun part of weaving. Do-do-do-do. No. Ooch. Okay. Let's push that up there. Let's try this. Under, over, under. Yeah. I've never woven something that was already, whoops, glued like in a book like this before. So this is new to me. New to me, but fun. I like to weave, so no worries. Wait, how did this one end up on the... How did this one end up over? No, it needs to be over. It needs to be over here. There we go. There's that one. All right, let's do this one. Under, It's kind of tricky to do with paper, isn't it? A little bit, a little flimsy here. And this is like paper, it's not even cardstock. This is just printer paper from Printables and such. So here we go. And let's pull it up there. Push it up. There we go. This is very interesting, right? Kind of interesting, kind of not mad at it. All right. You know, I was thinking about something somebody said the other day about, let's talk about original content as far as creators go. You know, this is something I myself have struggled with since I very first started my channel, was coming up with original things that nobody has done before, right? Because it's pretty much, and I've said it many times, that if you're doing something, the likelihood that somebody else has done it before is extremely high, right? Nobody's reinventing the wheel here. You know, even if you haven't seen it, somebody probably has, right? There's no such thing as, you know, new groundbreaking discoveries really lately. Because, you know, there's so many creators out there that, you know, it's hard to come up with original content. And so what we do is, you know, we either see what other people are doing and try to do that and put a spin on it ourselves, or, I mean, I guess that's pretty much what we do. Or we think of something and not know if it's, you know, somebody else has done that or not, and we try to do it. Or maybe we're just interested in it and we want to see if we can do it the same way that somebody else did it. Like yesterday I was watching Hazel and Caroline, and they were dyeing, using dyes to dye fabric, and how it was so cool. It was wonderful. And I really enjoyed watching the process. Number one, I'd never watched anybody do it before. I've seen like the end results from people of things that they had done, but I've never watched anybody do it. So I was very intrigued by that. And, you know, I really enjoyed watching it and learning from it, right? And it made me want to try it myself. Now, I'm sure that there's probably other channels that have shown how to dye, you know, stuff, but I've never seen them. They haven't been in like, you know, on my radar as of yet. I imagine I also have never, like, tried to, you know, search for it either. It wasn't really something that, because I thought, number one, I thought it would be way time consuming. I thought, gosh, this probably takes forever to do. And so, you know, I have time, but I'm not sure I've got time all like that. But I was really intrigued because it didn't really take hardly any time at all. So that made me want to try it. So I don't really think having original content should be really the key for a creator, right? I just think if something interests you or you enjoy doing it, there's a likelihood that somebody else is going to be interested in that as well. And somebody else is going to enjoy doing it. And maybe that person doesn't have time to watch everybody's channels and they only watch you. And so you're the only person that they're getting ideas from, right? So even though it's something that's been done, maybe you're introducing that to them. And I suppose if you feel like a certain creator or a content creator is just not original, not doing things that are original, then you don't have to watch them. You can watch somebody else, right? But I don't think it's okay to put them down because you don't think that their content is original. I don't think that that's okay. I think I think it I think that there's going to be somebody out there that's going to benefit from whatever they're saying or doing. And it may not be you, and that's fine. It doesn't always have to be you. You know what I mean? I don't really do anything. I don't do anything at all that's original, really. I mean, I do the prompts. Prompts have been done a million times by a million people. But I will say that there's nobody else out there just like me, right? There's nobody that's going to look at him the exact same way as I do, just like there's nobody just like you. There's nobody that's going to look at him the same way you do. And that goes with anything. So I don't really think that, and I think this is something that content creators, especially in our world, need to understand, is that if I watch you, I'm not really watching you. Yes, I'm watching you because you're a crafter or you're a creator, but I'm watching you because I like you as a person. And I want to see how you think. And, kind of, you allow us to tap into your mind and see how you create. And that's what I'm interested in. And it's not so much for me what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. Yes, you may be making a card and I've seen cards made. I can make a card, and I'm not really even a card maker per se, but, I can do that. But I'm not going to do it the same way you do. And you're not going to do it the same way anybody else does it. But if I'm watching you because I like you as a person. And I think that content creators need to remember that and not worry so much about, is this person going to like, are people going to like this? What are my numbers going to be? Will people enjoy watching this? Yeah, you're concerned about that. You don't want to be boring. But, I don't think you're going to be boring. I think if I'm watching you because I like you, then I don't care what you're doing. You could be totally flopping. And I do sometimes. Some of mine are total flops, and I'll admit it. Like, not all mine are successes. But I don't edit, unless I mess up and have to add a voiceover in because I accidentally turned the sound off. But, it is what it is. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly with me. And I think that's important because, as somebody pointed out, Karen has said several times that she didn't think that she saw me on Biddy Penny's channel. She didn't think that she could do something until she saw me doing it, and it was rather simple compared to the way that Biddy Penny was doing it. Yeah, I'll give you that. It probably was rather simple. But it encouraged her to be able to believe that she could do it too. Because it didn't have to be complicated, right? And it doesn't have to be complicated. If I want to do 50,000 pockets in one book, I can do that. Because it's my book, number one. I'm not, I'm creating it for me and nobody else, really. But I do keep it simple sometimes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, because it allows people who wouldn't normally create know that they can create, right? Let's move these out of the way and move this up a little bit so you can still see what the heck I'm doing. We're going to have to eventually glue this down. That's going to be a whole fun thing. We've got these really thin ones. We're not making much progress down here. But I just, kind of wanted to talk about that because it's kind of been on my mind about, and I've been watching some of Hazel's interviews with different creators, which I love, by the way. I wish somebody would interview her. Somebody needs to turn the tables on her and interview her. Somebody that she's already interviewed. Maybe Kim Newberg needs to interview her, or Caroline even. Somebody needs to interview her. I told him yesterday, I'm so jealous. I watch all the stuff there. I'm like plotting on how I can move to Canada so I can get all their goodies. Because, with the tariffs and everything, nobody can send anything to anybody hardly anymore. That's become a big issue with things that are overseas. And even though Canada's just right there, it's still considered another country and overseas, so. But, so anyways, I felt like I needed to say something about that because it's just been weighing on my mind. Because it does worry me a lot about, even when I started the Dear Prom thing, I was like, look, I'm sure somebody's probably already done something like this. I just hadn't seen it. The only prompts I had really seen done were when Di was doing, her prompts, and of course, Craft Roulette is pretty much, that's a prompt-driven thing as well. But, and I had seen that as well, but it was different than when, because they make cards, and I was going to do a journal, and I had never really seen that. And then after I saw it, of course, then Mama Juju picked up on my radar, which, I hadn't seen her do that. And now all these different, I have come into view with the I Totally Love It, and they have a Sunday, I think it's Sunday, they kind of like tell you all the things that are going on in the crafty world, all the challenges and things, such and such. So, there are a lot of challenges and stuff out there that are similar, but not exactly the same. So, but I'm not really going to worry about that because I've been enjoying doing this, and I know other people are enjoying it. Do you think this is long enough? It's just long enough. These are all so thin. I need some thicker ones. I need just one big one to finish this off down here. Because gosh, this has taken a half an hour just to do this part of it. And for you to listen to my ramble on with my soapbox. I have been getting on my soapbox lately. What's with that? I need to cut it out. I just feel like I need to talk to you about something while I'm crafting, and so it might as well be something that's, ooh, this is so pretty, something that's on my mind, right? And that just happened to be on my mind today. I was just thinking about it. Thinking, why not talk about it, right? Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Down to the nitty gritty. Yikes. Okay. Alright. That. I feel like it probably needs one more. One more. It needs something bigger. What's this? This one? That'll work. Okay. And this one's kind of stiff, so that'll help. Toot. We're going to start gluing here in a second. Okay. All right. Let's start gluing. We're going to glue there, 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 there. Right. Okay. And here. Let's glue these on this end. We're gonna flip this here for a second. Let's get that out of the way. Because I didn't really get that. I missed it totally. There. There. Doo-doo. So what do you, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I saw that Diane has been having a good weekend. She's been out cruising and seeing little play speedboats and all kinds of stuff. She's been a busy lady. I didn't get this one. Here we go. Come here. All right. That. Now, okay, we did that one. Let's do this. There. There. Okay, now let's take these off. Should we put one up there? I think we should. I think we need to weave another one in up here. Let's see. Perhaps this one will work. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Ah. Come on. Wait. No. Messing this up. This needs to be on top. Let's just glue it. On top. There we go. There we go. There. 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 Okay. There we go. Let's glue these. There we go. And with this, I wasn't too worried about the colors, because sweater could be any color you wanted it to be, right? So pick a color out of here. Any of these colors could be a sweater color. So I'm not too worried. should we maybe, let's just flip it over and glue these just for stability. Okay, these. Weaving is definitely fun. Who would have thought we would weave this whole thing, right? Okay, let's do this. Ta-da. Ta-da. I'm gonna make crab legs today. I've gotta bake a cake. Gotta bake a cake. I'm gonna make a chocolate cake with chocolate icing. Although, my favorite cake actually, I love marble cake actually, but you can't hardly find marble cakes anymore to make. But I also like, I like yellow cake with chocolate icing. I really like that. Okay. Let's flip this over. All right. We're doing good. Let's put some glue down here so that we can glue this to our page. Okay. Right. Hold on. It's getting caught up a little bit there. There we go. Alright, now let's trim these off. Where's our scissors? Here we go. Get these trimmed. Alright. We just made a flat mess. Okay. And here we go. I love that I'm able to start my morning off by creating something. It really starts my morning off in like a positive way. Whoops. That's not glued down. I don't know why. It didn't catch. Okay. I think we're good now. Look how pretty that is. Didn't it turn out really pretty? It is pretty. Looks like a patchwork quilt in a way. Alright. What else did we have? Let's see. So, no, we didn't do flip card letter. We did weave and sweater. We've done 2 of them. 2 of them in a little over half an hour. Flip card. Could we... And letter. What do we want to do? We're going to need... to... See, normally, if I was here by myself doing this, I would take time to clean this up because this would drive me crazy. I would put all these away before moving on to do the next part of this. But I'm just going to set them aside. I'm going to try to just set them aside and ignore the fact that they're over there. Okay, The other day, yesterday, who was I watching? I was watching somebody. Who was I watching? I think maybe I was watching Bitty Penny, actually. And I needed to record, but I couldn't record unless I put her on silent, so I didn't really want to do that. So I just decided to get the paints out and paint some flowers. And I thought, because I've been wanting some big flowers. Oops. Getting a little too close there. And so I thought, I'm just going to paint some big flowers with acrylic paints. So I did that. This is one of the results. But what if we used this? There, I tore that out. What if we used our stamps? And just stamped a bunch of letters in this itself. Look, this is my stamp off page, my paint off page. Should we do a word, or should we do? We could just do. I know what I want to do. Let's see. Gion. G-I-O. I need an N. Where's an N? There's an N right there. Is that right? I'm the worst speller in the whole world, so I just want to make sure this is spelled right. O-R-I-G. No, it's not right. O-R-I-G-I. There's no N. O there. Original. O-R-I-G-I-N-A-L. O-R-I-G-I-N-A-L. Okay. That's right. See? Good thing I checked it because it was wrong. Alright. Let's stamp this. And this will be what we talked about today. Original. Right? And then I'm going to put in the very middle, me, because I am original. I just want to, I'm going to cut this out. I decided I'm going to cut this out. That way, the little words aren't sticking over. And this will be a good reminder to myself that I am original, because I'm me. And anything I do is original because I have done it. And it'll be a good reminder to you that just because somebody has made a card or made a journal or made an altered book or dyed paper or whatever, they didn't do it the way you did it. And they may not have the same audience that you have. So whatever you're doing, that's original. Because you're original and you're doing it. Right? And that's, as content creators, that's what we need to remember. That the people that are watching us because they like who we are. If they didn't, they wouldn't watch us. And that's the wonderful thing about freedom of choice, right? If you don't like somebody, you don't have to watch them. But just because you don't like them doesn't mean somebody else won't. And there are different levels of creators, right? I'm still really fairly new to the creating world. Look at this. I've smeared it. My fingerprints are all over it. It hasn't dried. Why hasn't it dried? Because it's on paint? Oh, good lesson learned. Okay, well, we're going to try not to touch it too much more. All right. We're going to put that there. We're going to let it dry. What was the point of doing that? Where's our cards? Oh, because we needed to use a letter. So we've used letters now. Flip card. Oh, flip card. Oh, I flipped the card. No, just kidding. How are we going to do that? How are we going to do it? We could put a thing of cards on a flip. Maybe we want something that makes me smile. Let's grab our trusty box here. What do we have? Oh, we've got our hippie chicks. Could put one of those on a flip card. Oh, I know what we're going to use. We're going to use one of our girls. Should we use one of the big ones or the little ones? Wait, where's my hand sanitizer? I don't want to get ink all over everything else. Ugh, I just got some of that in my mouth. That serves me right for having my mouth open. Durr. Okay. Ooh, she's kind of cool. I love her. I love these chicks. Ooh, she's gorgeous. She's so pretty too. Oh, they're all so pretty. Who do I want to use? She's looking that way and she's looking, I like her because she's looking that way. That's really the only reason I'm using her. I mean, I love her, she's beautiful, but that's the main reason I chose her. It's because of the way she's looking. Okay, we're gonna do that. And give me, we need some pages. These are different than those. We're gonna cut this down. Let's cut all the white off of here. Like that. Let's let's do this. And then let's do, I think we're going to leave the length. Okay. All right. And let's put a hole through these. Let me do it here. Okay. Get a brad. Hold on, this hole needs to be a little bit bigger. Alright. I have to, there's too many. I should do a couple at a time. A couple at a time. Alright. There. Perfect. Now it doesn't flip up, but it flips out, right? So it's still a flip card. And let's something gorgeous. Let's do the swirl because the swirl's in that. Alright. And we're just going to connect it over here. Maybe, maybe not. No, come on. I need to go over that top page. Oh, come on. No. I need you to open up a little bit. There we go. It's all stiff. Because she's never been used before. Alright, there we go. Now we just need to glue that down. And we should be good to go. I'm so mad that I smeared that all up, but that's okay. You can still see what it means. There we go. Lovely. I love it. I like it. I love it. All right. Let's see if we got everything. Where did I get these from? I don't even know. Set this over there for now. Throw those away. Okay. Let me move all those to the side and grab these. Let's see if we accomplished everything we need to accomplish today. Let's zoom it in. Alrighty. Are we ready? Letter. We put letters in there. It's spelled original and me. Weave. We weaved the whole back of the page. So that we did. Sweater was a color. Of course, the colors everywhere. It could be any color of the sweater. Blue, purple, brown, you name it, pink. I think we did that. And flip card. And we flipped the card out instead of up. And actually, let's write these down real quick so that we remember them. The mink, flip card. The color was sweater. The action was weave. And the element is letter. All right. I think we did a really good job. What do we think? Oh, this just does not want to stay on there. There we go. Got it. All right, that's it for today. I'm sorry I didn't keep it under an hour. I know it's Sunday. If you had to fast forward through the weaving part, there's no big deal, really. Remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool stuff, and we get to make really cool friends. And remember that if you're doing Dear Prompt, please use hashtag Dear Prompt HPC for Happy Place Crafting. Remember to give us a thumbs up, please, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about content creators being original. Is that something that's super important to you, or do you agree with me that just being who you are and presenting it, you're presenting it in an original way because there's only one you? Please let me know in the comments. That's it for today. I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Ta-ta! See you next time.